Work continues on the domestic front, and in response to the Panama Papers, I call on Deputy Commissioner Michael Cranston to establish an internal specialist working group to review documents obtained through the data leak as very much a priority. As publicly stated, we have already identified more than 800 taxpayers in the data, and we've linked over 120 of them to a particular associate offshore service provider in Hong Kong. Now, this analysis is underway to ensure we understand how the information relating to companies and individuals mentioned in the documents matches with our existing intelligence. And this includes information received through Project Do It, our International Structures and Profit Shifting Program, the Project Wickenby that has now completed its term, but from law enforcement agencies, concerned citizens and international partner revenue agencies. And of particular concern to us is that around 80 names match the Australian Crimes Commission's serious and organised crime intelligence holdings. These are not people with outstanding parking fines or traffic infringement notices. They are the database of serious and organised criminal holdings by the Australian Crimes Commission. Also on the 12th of April, the 8 Serious Financial Crime Task Force member agencies, that task force replaced Project Wickenby when it concluded. They had an urgent meeting to coordinate a whole of government response to the most serious matters identified in the Panama Papers. Where we are seeing instances of financial crime, we are addressing it and ensuring we have the necessary tools and resources to deal with those responsible. And I just wanted to address, in terms of having the right tools in Australia, I do want to reiterate to you that we do have a comprehensive set of laws that give us the necessary powers to address tax evasion by individuals using offshore entities and corporate tax avoidance. And lastly, look, in relation to tax evasion, we need the evasion here, we're not talking about avoidance, we're talking about evasion by individuals using offshore entities. We have now the Serious Financial Crime Task Force and the sharing of information across those agencies. We've got the Common Reporting Standard coming in, and that automatic exchange of banking information, bank account information, that's going to start in a couple of years. We've got a highly effective exchange of information framework supported by the multilateral agreement. That agreement of 100 countries allowed us to hold that meeting last week and have 35 countries sit there and be able to exchange information in a direct way rather than that old clunky treaty by treaty, you ask me for document, I eventually give it to you about a particular taxpayer. We managed, through Mark's efforts on that prototype, to demolish all of the barriers that people thought existed in being able to sit down as tax authorities and share information. And lastly, on the individual fronts, we do have that anti-money laundering laws which require banks to know their customers and the ultimate beneficial owners of the money. In relation to corporate tax avoidance, there are now a range of measures that have been implemented but are still working their way through the system. And you know how long some of these things do take. For example, the strengthening of the transfer pricing rules to OECD best practice. The tightening already of thin capitalisation from that ratio of safe harbour 75 to 60 already implemented. The tightening of Part 4A to address these technical deficiencies, the so-called do-nothing argument. I wouldn't have done it had I known I had to pay tax. They've been addressed but still working through. The MAL that started on 1 January, and you've heard us talk about our work. We've started there already. The country-by-country reporting that again will start as part of that OECD that gives us their master files on transfer pricing and their country files, a lot more information about their strategies we've never had before. And of course that more technical, the BEPS anti-hybrid rules that allow people to get deductions in one country, no tax in the other. So look, we do have a strong kit bag to utilise. We are getting on with the job.